need 13 runs to win the match. 231 for 8. A gripping match yesterday at Hyderabad when Sri Lanka went down by only 15 runs to Pakistan, and now England 231 for 8 require 13 runs off 6 balls. These to be bowled by Walsh. He has to keep those 4 fielders and himself and keeper inside the 30 yards. Runs in both to Lamb, who whacks that away to deep mid-wicket, his favourite spot, which is now guarded. Foster must run and slide in his bat, which he does. 2 off the first ball, 11 runs required off 5. This is even a test for the impartial crowd. Well, extraordinary. Oh yes, oh yes. The Yorker became a full toss. Lamb was waltzing down outside leg stump. A very awkward bounce for the fielder, who dived valiantly. I don't know why all this description. All I mean to say is England got 4. 7 runs required off 4 balls. 237 for 8, the England score. Allan Lamb is 66. And Walsh is not enjoying it. And who would blame him? Or pressure on him too. Down the leg side, 4 wide, 4 wide. So the extra ball comes as well. 3 runs required off 4 balls.
Well, West Indies in some disarray now. Viv Richards going to have a word with Walsh, calling a fielder in perhaps. The great virtue of Lamb is that when he was struggling at the start of his innings, he kept ticking the scoreboard over. When the final onslaught was needed, he was the man to light the blue touch paper. My word, how well he's done it. 3 balls wanted, 3 runs off 4 balls.
A no ball called. A no ball called and 1 run taken. Poor Walsh. Well, no one is immune from these sort of pressures, and Walsh himself is a young bowler.
I think the unfortunate thing there, Tony, there was no need for Allan Lamb to have taken the run, because he would have got the single, the score would have still been +1, and he would still have been on strike. But by taking the single, but still, who can quibble at anything that's happened in this marvellous game of cricket?
Now Foster probably realises, my word, what am I doing down this end? I really could have stayed there all the time, and we'd been in the same position. But Neil Foster can play straight, clearly giving it some thought. 242 for 8. 2 to win for England, beat the West Indies in their first World Cup encounter. The West Indies had played it so tight, it's taken extreme brilliance by Lamb to get us to this position. It's in the gap, it's there, well played, Foster. And down go the heads of the West Indians. They played it so well, but were taken by the brilliance of Lamb. And see how Viv Richards is the first to shake Lamb's hand. What entertainment this crowd have had. Jack Bannister will quickly tell me not only how it was done, but by how many it was done. 1 ball, I think, left in the end.
Well, I think it was more than that with the no balls and wides. There were 3 to spare, but as to how it was done, that's slightly more difficult, because all the way through, from when England lost their 6th wicket at 131 and then their 7th at 162, when John Embury was bowled by Patterson for 22 in the 40th over, how could England get 82 off the last 10 overs? Well, the answer lay with Allan Lamb and De Freitas, He came in and swung well for 23. That took it on to 209 for 8. But even when he got out in the 47th over, it still looked a lost cause. But Allan Lamb, 16 in a key over off Courtney Walsh, and finally applying the coup in the last over to bring off a marvellous win.
Well, it was a stern and rather disappointing start to the England innings. Chris Broad went early for 3, and Robinson was run out for 12 in rather unnecessary fashion. Then there was a good stand, 58 in 9 overs between Gatting and Gooch, and one felt that England were really on their way, especially as Carl Hooper was the in-between bowler, the 5th choice for Viv Richards in his lineup, and everyone thought, well, this is the chance for runs. Not so. Hooper took 3.